Page 132, Sixth Street Boogie. It's a boogie woogie. This is in the key of C major. Again, no sharps or flats. 4/4 time, treble and bass clef. If you look at the whole thing in the pattern, this is a 12-bar blues progression. Progression means a series of chords. This is what we had in the last video. If you want to know what a 12-bar blues progression is, then go watch the last video where I go through it. I'm too lazy to repeat all that junk. In the right hand, you start with staccatos, wrist staccato, eighth notes are not staccato, just second line, E flat. Now if you can't get, if it's not working for you with your hand way up here, then you pretty much have to go here, which is a bit awkward. So if you can, go ahead and get your thumb on that. It's just better. Then third measure of that line and you're back to the E naturals. Last line, it's up here. So forth. And then the last measure, you're here. Here. It's a blues sounding piece. It says boogie as in a boogie woogie, but it sounds more like a blues piece. In the left hand you have staccatos, and this is a wrist staccato, a short staccato. The chords, you've had these chords before, they're the important chords. The last measure, the last two quarter notes are not staccatos, and they've got fermatas over them, so hang on to them longer. With a metronome, I just double the value, so I'm going to hold on to each one for 2 counts instead of 1. Now, it starts out loud. That's the right hand. Then you come down a little bit. Next line is medium soft. Then at the end of the line, you go back up to loud for the last line, and then in the last measure, you slow down a little bit. You stay loud, you just slow down a little bit, like so. Look at the first line. This is all over the place. Just look at the first line as an example. You have staccatos, but then in the third measure, it's a staccato in the left hand, but not the right. Now they have a little bit of pedal at the end. Last measure, I'm not going to bother to show it, it's just the last measure. You push the pedal down right after you play the notes, and you leave it down until the hands come up, the pedal comes up with them, and that's it. And that's the pedal, big deal. Now they have a note at the bottom, there's an optional there, because this is a boogie woogie, and on a boogie woogie we normally play the 8th notes evenly. But here it's a blues style thing, it's kind of a bluesy piece. They're giving you the option to play it in a blues style, which means you swing the 8th notes. So rather than 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Just the 8th notes, nothing else. Like so. And I think that we'll do that in the Play With Me. We'll play it with uneven 8th notes. So let's try it together slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms and all that stuff. I'm not going to show the pedal. I'll go ahead and use it in the last measure, but I'm not going to bother showing it. I'm pretty sure you can get that okay, I hope. So I'll give us 4 counts, so let's try this out. So hands where they go. 1 and 2 and ready and go and